Hi, good morning. I'm BSR Views, the second episode. Anyway, congratulations to all NEET aspirants. Central government announced, NEET examination on July 26, 2020. So for 2020 NEET aspirants, I'm giving a proper content to you. Which topic, which subtopic is most important? NTA or previously IAPMT, they concentrated on topics, how many questions coming from those topics and subtopics. I'm giving a proper analysis to you, one by one, subject by subject. I'm giving you, please concentrate, you please go through this analysis. I'm giving last 10 years analysis, and especially last 4 years you concentrate more, because before that AIPMT methodology is different, NEET methodology is different, because last 4 years almost all states are contributing. So when they are contributing, the paper setting methodology changed a lot, and they are giving in a proper manner, and they are concentrating on particular topics and subtopics. And look at their first physics point of view. Last 10 years, look at their units and measurements. Actually, every year, last 10 years, every year, only one question is coming from units and measurements. But last year, two questions came from units and measurement, especially question number 17 and 38. Two questions are from units and measurement in 2019, but actually last 10 years, only one question. And motion in a straight line, look at there, and there only one question. Last 5 years only one question is there from motion in a straight line, but from 2019 to 2013 two or three questions are there. But last 5 years there AIPMT or NTA people giving only one question. And look at their motion in a plane. And the motion in a plane, last year only two questions, but last 4 and 5 years only one question is there from motion in a plane. And loss of motion, it's the most important topic. Every year 2 or 3 questions are coming from loss of motion, especially in 2019 the two questions are there. Those two questions from loss of motion, that question number 14 and 20. Work power energy, this is also very important. 2 or 3 questions are coming from work power energy, and two questions are there in 2019, question number 30 and 33. System of particles and rotational motion, look at there, very important, very important. Almost 2 to 3 questions are there, even sometime 4 questions are also there. Last year you got 3 questions, question number 13, 21, 34. And look at there, the gravitation is also important. Mainly here system of particles and gravitation, 2 or 3 questions are there every year. Mainly last year you got 26 and 31 question from gravitation. And mechanical properties of solids, one question is there, a little bit, only one question is there. And mechanical properties of solids, and then you go for fluids also, one question. But last 2019 you got two questions, 35 and 40th question. Then thermal properties of matter, regularly two questions are there, but last year you have only one question, that to question number 22 from thermal properties of matter. Then you go for kinetic theory, every year one question, only 2 years two questions are there. Actually last year only one question is there, question number 10 from kinetic theory. Then you go for thermodynamics, actually every year 2 or 3 questions are there, but last year only one question is there, question number 6, that is belongs to thermodynamics. Next, oscillations, you look at there, every year 1 or 2 questions, but last year you got 3 questions, question number 11, 12, 18. And waves point of view, last year no question is there, but 1 or 2 questions are coming every year, but last year no question from waves. And electric charges and fields, look at there, 3 questions are there. Question number 2, 28 and 43. But last year, 3 questions every year regularly, 2 or 1 or 2 questions from electric charges and fields. Whereas electrostatics potential and capacitance, when you look at there, last year no question, but every year 1 or 2 questions are there. But current electricity, most important topic for NEET students. Every year 2 to 3 or 4 or questions are there. Mainly last year 3 questions from current electricity, most important topic. So concentrate, my dear students, on current electricity. Then you go for moving charges and magnetism. There 2 questions regularly are there. Last year you got 2 questions, question number 7 and 23. Then magnetism and matter, only 1 question is there, question number 3. And electromagnetic induction, 2 questions are there last year, but regularly you are getting 2 or 1 or 2 questions are there. And you go for alternating current, no question last year, but regularly 1 or 2 questions are there. Electromagnetic waves, 2 questions last year, but regularly 1 question is there. Ray optics and optical instruments, 3 questions last year. It is also important. After current electricity, the most important topic, ray optics and optical instrument. And look at their wave optics, 3 questions are there. It's also important. Every year you are getting 2 or 3 questions. And look at their dual nature of radiations and matter. Regularly you are getting 2 or 3 questions, but last year only 1 question is there, question number 19. Then you go for atoms, last year only 1, last 5 years you are getting only 1 question from atoms. Next, nuclei also 1 question, and semiconductor and materials, devices, simple circuits, 2 questions in last year. So especially some topics, mainly ray optics, you concentrate mainly current electricity, electric charges and fields, and oscillations. You go to system of particles, rotational motion, and work power energy, laws of motion. These topics are very important. You concentrate on these topics. Then you go for chemistry point of view. I am giving a direct proper content, no time waste. Please concentrate on these topics. When you go to chemistry point of view, some basics concepts of chemistry. Last year you have only 1 question, but regularly you are getting 1 or 2 questions. In 2019 only 1 question, question number 19. Structure of atom, 2 questions are there, 75 and 89. But regularly structure of atom is important. Every year 1 to 3 questions are there. Classification of elements and periodicity in properties, only 1 question. So regularly you are getting 0 to 2 questions. So you just know about that topic. Chemical bonding and molecular structure, every year 2 or 3 questions are there, very important. But last year you have 4 questions, 52, 53, 65, 86. So that is why important that topic, chemical bonding and molecular structure in chemistry point of view. States of matter, regularly 1 or 2 questions are there. Last year you have only 1 question, question number 72. Thermodynamics, and every year regularly you are getting 1 or 2 questions. Even last year you have 2 questions, question number 70 and 84. And you go for equilibrium. It's the most important topic in chemistry point of view. Every year 2 to 6 questions, mainly 2 to 4 questions are there. Last year you have 3 questions, question number 51, 54 and 88. Redox reactions, 1 question is there, regularly question number 69. Hydrogen, 1 question. S block elements, regularly you are getting 2 or 3 questions. Last year you have only 2 questions, question number 48 and 74. And P block elements are also very important. 2 questions are there, question number 80 and 87. And organic chemistry, and especially some basic principles and techniques, 2 questions are there, mainly 64 and 85 question. Hydrocarbons, most important in chemistry point of view. Every year you are getting 2 to 3 questions. 1 year you got 4 questions. Last year you have only 2 questions, 66 and 82. Then environmental chemistry 1 question, solid state 1 question, last 4 years. And solutions, last year you have only 2 questions, 61 and 77. It's also important. Electrochemistry 1 or 2 questions regularly, but last year 2 questions are there, and 56 and 76. And you go to chemical kinetics, there every year 2 questions are there, regularly every year 2 questions are there, chemical kinetics. Surface chemistry 1 or 2 questions, last year 1 question, question number 50. And general principles and process of isolation of elements 1 question. Most important topic is the P block elements, 15 group, 16, 17, 18. This chapter is very important. Every year you are getting 2, 3 or 4 questions. Last year mainly you have 4 questions, 60, 61, 62, 81. D block and F block elements also important, but last year only no question from that D block and F block element, but important 2 to 5 questions are there. Coordination compounds only 1 question last year, but regularly you are getting 1 to 4 questions. Haloalkanes, haloarenes, no question last year, but chemistry point of view not very much important topic. And alcohols, phenols, ethers, look at there, every year 1 to 4 questions. Last year only 1 question is there. Aldehydes, ketones, carboxylic acid, look at there, 1 or 2 questions are there, but last year no question. Amines, 2 questions regularly were getting, so important. Last year 55 and 63 question from amines. Biomolecules, regularly 1 to 2 question is there, last year 1 question, question number 78. Polymers, question number 71 last year. And chemistry in everyday life, 1 question from chemistry in everyday life, 49th question. Like that, in chemistry point of view, the most important topics: structure of atom, chemical bonding and molecular structure, and mainly equilibrium. And you go for S block and P block, organic chemistry, principles and techniques. And you go for hydrocarbons, important, chemical kinetics, important, the P block elements important, D and F block elements, and mainly you go for D and F block elements. Alcohols, phenols, ethers also important, amines, biomolecules also important for NEET aspirants for chemistry. And when you go for biology point of view, living world, biological classification and plant kingdom, last years continuously were getting 2 to 3 questions, but last year only 1 question is there. On average 2 to 3 questions, but last year only one question from biological classification, plant kingdom and living world. Whereas the animal kingdom, 2 questions are there. Regularly you are getting 2 to 3 questions from animal kingdom. Then you go for morphology of flowering plants. Previously you have many questions from morphology of flowering plants, but last year only 1 question is there. So basic morphology, basic biology, last year they concentrated mainly on applied biology. That is the trend changed. Anatomy of flowering plant, look at there, 3 questions, but regularly every year 3 or 4 questions are there. Structural organization of animals, regularly 1-2 questions, but 3 questions last year, question number 107, 163 and 175. Unit of life, cell, regularly most important topic in biology. Every year 3 to 4 questions are there. Even last year also 3 questions are there, question number 155, 164 and 165. Biomolecules also important, 2 questions are there, question number 120 and 122. Cell division, cell cycle, 2 questions are there, 104 and 123. Transport in plants, every year regularly 1 or 2 questions are there, but last year no question from transport in plants, mineral nutrition and photosynthesis in higher plants. But respiration point of view, only 1 question last year, but regularly 1 or 2 questions are there. Photosynthesis, but last year no question, but every year 2 to 3 questions are there. So plant growth development, there is a link with the photosynthesis question, no question directly in photosynthesis, remember that one. So plant growth and development, regularly one or two questions are there. Last 5 years, last year only one question. Digestion and absorption, regularly 1 to 2 questions. Last year 3 questions are there. 96, 101, 103. And look at there, breathing exchange of gases, regularly 1 or 2 questions. Last year 2 questions are there. Question number 117, 167. Body fluids and circulation, 2 questions regularly you are getting. And last year also 2 questions are there, 102 and 104. Excretory products and their elimination, 2 questions are there regularly. Last year also 2 questions are there, 113 and 169. Locomotion and movement, every year 2 questions. Like that, last year 2 questions are also there, 138 and 150. Neural control and coordination, look at there, every year 2 questions. Like that, last year also 2 questions are there, 115 and 130. Chemical coordination regulation, 2 questions. And reproduction organisms, 1 question is there regularly, 1 or 2, but last year no question. And biology point of view, sexual reproduction in flowering plants, last year 6 questions from sexual reproduction in plant. But most important in biology point of view, sexual reproduction in flowering plants, every year you observe 2 to 6 questions are there. Last year 6 questions. Question number 109, 112, 119, 128, 141, 153. Most I am giving a quality analysis, a proper analysis. Please follow, my dear students. Human reproduction, every year 2 to 4 questions are there. Last year also 2 questions. Question number 111, 172. And look at the reproductive health, every year 2 questions. Like that, last year also 2 questions are there. And one more important topic, principles, inheritance and variation, genetics, every year 2 to 6 questions. Like that, last year also 6 questions are there. 99, 114, 126, 134, 156 and 160. And other application subject, molecular basis of inheritance, application biology. This year, last year especially, they concentrated on applied biology, not on basic biology. So here also 6 questions are from molecular basis of inheritance, and every year you just observe on average 4 to 6 questions are there. 131, 132, 137, 139, 166 and 168 from molecular basis of inheritance. And look at their evolution. There every year 3 to 4 questions. Last year also 4 questions are there. 152, 159, 170, 170, 19. So then human and health diseases, every year this is also very important. 4 to 5 questions. Last year 5 questions, 94, 95, 116, 148, 161. And look at the strategies, enhancement food production, every year 1 or 2. Last year but 3 questions are there. And another important, last year 6 questions are there. Microbes in human welfare, 98, 118, 121, 124, 143 and 158. I am giving a proper analysis to you. Every year 2 to 3 questions, but last year 6 questions are there. Principles and process, biotechnology point of view, 2 questions are there. Every year 2 to 3 questions are there. Biotechnology and applications, every year 1 or 2 or 3 questions, but last year only 1 question is there, 1 or 6. Organisms and population, look at their 4 questions. Regularly 2 to 4 questions are there, but last year 2 questions, question number 105 and 142. Ecosystem, every year 2 to 4 questions are there, but last year 2 questions, 100 and 110. Biodiversity and conservation, only 1 question is there. Environmental issues, look at there, every year 2 to 4 questions, but last year 6 questions are there in the environmental issues. Question number 129, 145, 146, 149, 151 and 177. Total 90 questions. So mainly environmental issues and organisms and population, biotechnology, and next memory based strategies enhancement, and human health and diseases, evolution, molecular basis of inheritance, genetics, and sexual reproduction in flowering plants is very important point topic. And regularly 2 questions from neural control and coordination, locomotion and movement, excretory products, body fluids and circulation, breathing and exchange of gases, regularly 1 question is there. And digestion and absorption, remaining topics, and regularly 2 to 3 questions are there. biomolecules, cell, unit of life, sexual organization in animals, and anatomy of flowering plants, morphology of flowering plants, and animal kingdom. These are most important. But except last year, before that, up to 2018, living world biological classification here plant kingdom memory based, you got 2 to 4 questions are there, but last year only 1 question. So I had given a proper analysis to you, my dear students. You please analyze these topics and subtopics. You can get some idea. Based on that, you go biology point of view, chemistry point of view, you concentrate like this manner. In physics point of view, some of the topics, you have many important topics. In physics point of view, concentrate that those particular topics, you can get best result. Thank you to all the best.